So Karate Kid Legends. We're getting Jackie Chan coming back, and we got Ralph Macchio coming back from having to finishing Cobra Kai on Netflix. I watched Cobra Kai from beginning of the season one all the way to its series finale, and I gotta say, when it comes to that show and that finale, it was beautiful. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I know there's so many people right now who haven't had the chance to finish that series, but trust me when I say that that series, the ending is the way it ended was perfect. I mean, I remember when I finished watching it, that's all I could say. That was perfect, you know. And so now here we are, Karate Kid Legends. You know, they give meaning to the name Legends because nowadays, when it comes to movie franchises, we have to go back to the roots of where it all started from whatever franchise it began with 20, 30, 40 years ago, and bringing back those legacy characters that would made it so popular, so fantastic to watch. So here, Jackie Chan from the 2010 reboot version of the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith. You know, it's great getting to see him. He does a great comedic performance in this role. You know, he's not what you would call a Mr. Miyagi figure, but he does have a great comedic appearance. I love how the chemistry is between both Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio are. You know, and when it comes to this movie, it does the same Karate Kid formula. You know, you got your own typical kid. From moving into the new town and just trying to reestablish himself, getting to meet some friends, build his life up, and is having a hard time doing that because there's some karate bully out there who just gets in the way when he meets up with the bad guys, ex-girlfriend-ish, whatever, and they develop that love interest, and now you have yourself a Karate Kid movie. Him getting beaten up, and he needs a mentor to train him in order to gain that respect from that certain bully. And that's what I was walking myself into, and I was kind of expecting that to happen. They do change some stuff up a little bit here and there, just to make it its own film, but it still went with the same formula. And there's times where I really do wish where the entire story completely would be something different. Take things in another direction, but it's still from beginning to end how normal Karate Kid movies end up being within the finished production. Now, Ralph Macchio, cool guy. Never met him, but I'm just, from what I know, he's a cool guy. He just came off of Cobra Kai. I loved him in Cobra Kai. I loved him in the Karate Kid movies. It's great getting to see him one more time. When we heard, what was it, maybe about a year or so ago, we heard that these two were going to be teaming up together in one movie, knowing that these two different versions were actually within the same world coming together in one movie. I was like astonished. I was like, I would pay good money to go watch that movie. And yes, I did. You won my money, but you didn't really develop, some story that needed to be told. If anything, when it comes to the Karate Kid world itself, I think it really did come to a beautiful end with Cobra Kai, and then that would be it. Nothing more further. But this is a good take. I had a great time. I wasn't bored. I wasn't overwhelmed. It wasn't for me. There was some cheesiness to it, but it wasn't too cheesy. When it comes to Ralph Macchio, I wanted to see more of him. Okay, I loved seeing Jackie Chan, but we did get to see more Jackie Chan in the movie. It felt more of a sequel to the 2010 Karate Kid than it did Ralph Macchio's Karate Kid movies or Cobra Kai itself. Because Ralph Macchio doesn't even appear into this movie until maybe an hour later. And the entire time I'm watching the movie, even though I'm entertained, at the same time I'm asking myself, so where's Ralph Macchio at? Where's, it would be great to have seen him. Or even if you were to have brought in Johnny Lawrence into this, William Zabka, that would have been great to see those two coming in alongside with Jackie Chan, because, William Zabka is still one of the Karate Kid legends himself as well. Just like how MPH Neil Patrick Harris would say in the How I Met Your Mother series, and like, that's the real Karate Kid. So it's great if he were to have shown up in the movie. Now, do I believe that this movie is great? No, it's not. Did I like the movie? I did. I didn't expect for it to be like, oh, this is going to be mind-blowing. This is going to be, something fantastic. I remember when the trailer first came out, I only watched it once. I wasn't like, rewinding it, or not rewinding, replaying it over and over again, just because it was so awesome to watch. No, I think I only saw it maybe once or twice, and then that was about it. So when I went into watching it to the movie theaters, I'm just like, I'm not thinking to myself like, oh, where's that part in the trailer that I saw? Where's that part in the trailer that I saw? No, I didn't really watch it to where I completely memorized the trailer to translate it into the movie. So, but it was a good time. I will say this, not a spoiler, okay, but I will say this. The movie Karate Kid Legends, you do get Jackie Chan, you do get Ralph Macchio, but there is one more in particular cameo that does pop up into this movie, and it was a huge surprise for me, and it made me leave the theater with a big smile on my face, and I'm just like, this was great. I loved this. This is great. It really, turned my mind on how I thought about the movie. It just made it gained its credits. It gained its pluses on it. The bad guy in the movie is still the same typical. He reminded me of that Silver character in the third Karate Kid movie, hair slicked back with all greased up and stuff like that. And I'm just like, is that young Silver? I don't know. But he wasn't really annoying me. It's just one of those typical bully kids that you get in your average normal Karate Kid movie. And some of the side characters, love interests is in there. You even got Stan from the It movies that's in this as well too, playing like somewhat of a best friend to the main character. Which, by the way, the main kid in the movie, he wasn't bad. I think I found him very much more entertaining to watch than I did with Jaden Smith. I did not hate the 2010 Karate Kid movie. I'm just saying like this one was actually a little bit more better. You got some several fight montages that come and go. You only get Ralph Macchio in the movie for like a good 30 minutes, and it's about an hour and 30-minute long movie. I kind of speculated it would be around there. So it was at a steady pace. It didn't have much to tell, which is a good thing because overwhelming movies really draw me out of the film. And so this one had something, leaning itself forward to the story that they were trying to tell. You get Joshua Jackson in this. This is great. You get Charlie Conway from the Mighty Ducks movies in this. He's playing the dad to the love interest, and he's an ex-boxer, things like that. So it was great getting to see him. Didn't enjoy his New York acting. I felt very fake. Maybe because I just know who Joshua Jackson is and how his acting career has been before in the past. But yeah. I liked the movie. Didn't love it. If I'd have to rate it, I'd have to say that the movie was about maybe, say, 68%. That's what I'm going to give it. Like I said, not great, but an okay movie for me to watch. And do I recommend you guys go watching it? Absolutely, but don't have high expectations for it. And I think that this movie would have been a lot better released out in streaming, even though I'm against movies being out in streaming. Every movie should be a theatrical release. But something this of a small project, it felt something more of a streaming service. But nope, out in theaters right now. Go check it out. If you guys have watched it, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down in the bottom. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.